Before your next heartbeat, the veil between heaven and earth cracks open. Archangel Michael steps through, his voice carrying the weight of an ancient promise. The air doesn't just shift, it kneels. Time itself pauses to listen. His wings stretch wide, lined with a golden fire that doesn't burn, it commands. Your blessing, he says slowly, has arrived. His words are not sound. They're a force. A decree from the highest throne. The night sky bends beneath the weight of his presence. Winds twist into halos, stars flare like awakened guardians. You can almost feel the breath of heaven moving past your skin, soft, powerful, certain. Michael stands before you like a storm wrapped in light. His eyes blaze with a fire that has never dimmed, not since the dawn of creation. He was sent not to ask, but to deliver. A blinding river of light flows behind him, alive, warm, and unstoppable. It moves like it's already chosen its path, straight to you. This message, Michael declares, was written before your first breath. It's not a coincidence. It's not luck. This is divine alignment. Every syllable he speaks pulls something loose in the air around you. Shadows that once felt familiar suddenly dissolve, and the silence of the night becomes a living thing, a witness. Heaven has waited for this hour, Michael whispers. And now, the order has been given. The vault has been opened. Your blessing is no longer hidden, it's being delivered. The ground beneath you vibrates, not with fear but with power. It feels like the world itself knows what's coming. Michael raises his sword slowly, and as the blade touches the night sky, a soft hum moves through the air, like a heartbeat from heaven itself. What belongs to you, he says, can no longer be delayed. What was stolen must return. What was locked must open. What was broken will be restored. Golden light floods your surroundings, moving through every unseen corner. It doesn't ask permission. It claims. The energy carries the scent of something holy, like wind passing through eternal gates. The angels have been standing guard over this blessing, Michael continues, waiting for heaven's command. And tonight, at this very moment, the command has been spoken. You feel it in your chest, something old, something real. It's not hope anymore. It's presence. A divine arrival. Michael steps closer, and the wind moves around you like it recognizes your name. Many cried and never saw this moment, he says. But you were chosen to walk into it. Chosen to receive it. The world around you fades into a golden stillness. Even the sound of your breathing seems to echo differently, like the air itself is echoing with the rhythm of something greater. Michael's wings stretch wider, each feather carrying a light so intense that darkness dares not approach. Do you know why heaven sends its strongest warriors only in appointed hours? He asks. Because blessings this size don't come by accident. They arrive by command. A soft storm begins to build behind him, golden feathers swirling in the air like sparks of celestial fire. This blessing has weight, Michael says firmly. It is not temporary. It is written in heaven's law. No enemy can cancel it. No curse can block it. It was crafted in God's own hand for you. You can hear the wind speaking now, like it carries the whispers of angels marching. For months, Michael continues, the heavens have been aligning things in silence. Things you thought were delays, were preparations. Things you thought were losses, were divine rearrangements. The blessing was not late. It was being perfected. The sound around you lowers, like the world is holding its breath. Do you hear it? He asks. And you do. A soft, steady pulse, not outside you, but inside. Like your soul has been waiting for this specific hour. That, he says, is the sound of divine release. Heaven has spoken your name. Light wraps around you like a cloak, warm and strong. Michael lifts his face toward the sky. The gate is open, he whispers. And what heaven opens, no man can shut. His wings flare, and the light behind him surges forward, unstoppable. Your blessing is no longer coming, he says. It's here. It has entered your timeline. As he speaks, visions begin to stir in your spirit. You see closed doors cracking open, chains snapping with the sound of thunder, storms shifting direction. Every hardship, every unanswered prayer, every night you cried alone, it was never wasted. It was building pressure behind a heavenly floodgate that's just been released. The things you thought were ending, Michael says softly, were only the beginning. You look at him, not with your eyes but with something deeper. Something inside you recognizes him. Not as a stranger, but as a messenger sent to awaken something sleeping in your destiny. This blessing, Michael continues, was written into your story before you were born. No darkness can rewrite it. No force can erase it. The light behind him swells again, and this time it moves through you like a wave, warm, alive, undeniable. It doesn't knock. It claims its place. You feel strength fill the places where pain once lived. You feel hope rising like a sun that refuses to set. Michael lowers his sword slowly, pressing the blade against the ground. Heaven has declared, he says, his voice like thunder wrapped in honey. And when heaven declares, the earth must obey. You can hear the sound of trumpets in the distance, faint but real. It's the sound of celebration. Of victory written in eternity. Michael steps closer, and for a moment, the world grows silent again, not in fear, but in holy stillness. Do you feel it? He asks. That's not just energy. That's heaven placing its seal upon you. The wind swirls around like a golden storm, each gust carrying words you can't fully understand but can deeply feel. It's love. It's protection. It's divine certainty. Michael looks at you, his gaze sharp and kind at the same time. This is not a passing moment, he says. This is a turning point. From this night forward, things will not remain the same. He raises his sword one last time toward the sky, and light explodes across the horizon. It spreads like a sunrise that refuses to wait for morning. Your name has been spoken in the courts of heaven, he declares. The angels have received their orders. What's yours will find you. What was hidden will reveal itself. What was delayed will accelerate. This is heaven's decree. You can't move. You don't want to. Every inch of this moment feels eternal. The air is thick with glory. Michael lowers his wings, but the light doesn't fade, it settles. It anchors itself around you like an unbreakable promise. This is the beginning, he whispers. The world will not understand it. But heaven will defend it. Your blessing is not an accident. It is a heavenly assignment. And nothing, no one, can take what was written for you. He steps back into the river of golden light, and just before he vanishes, he turns once more. Remember, he says gently, heaven doesn't knock twice. Receive it now. The wind still hums long after he's gone, like a chorus of unseen voices singing your name. And deep inside, you know, this isn't just another night. This is the night your story turned. This is the night heaven commanded your blessing to arrive. The golden hum hasn't stopped. Even though Archangel Michael has stepped back into the river of light, his presence still lingers like a shadow made of fire and glory. It's not silence around you, it's heaven holding its breath. The wind no longer moves randomly, it moves with purpose, circling around you like it's protecting something newly born. Then suddenly, the light above begins to pulse again. A second wave. Stronger. Deeper. Sharper. You don't just see it, you feel it in the very bones of your soul. Heaven isn't done. It was never just about a blessing, it's about destiny. The night sky bends again. The stars rearrange themselves in quiet formation, like soldiers standing at attention. Michael's voice returns, not from in front of you, but from everywhere at once. Heaven has not left, he says. Heaven is establishing. His voice cuts through the air like lightning that doesn't burn, but awakens. You must understand, he continues, when heaven releases a blessing, it also releases an assignment. What you have received tonight isn't a gift you can misplace. It's a mantle. A mark. A seal. The air thickens as if the atmosphere itself bows to this truth. All around you, streaks of gold rise from the ground, forming spirals like heavenly script. These aren't decorations, they're decrees. This is the handwriting of heaven, Michael says. The covenant written over your name. The moment you received, everything that was sleeping in your destiny began to awaken. The stars flicker with intensity. You can hear distant voices now. Not earthly. Not even human. It's the sound of angels reciting something old and eternal. This blessing will attract light, Michael warns. But it will also awaken resistance. Heaven didn't send me because the road would be easy. Heaven sent me because the promise is too valuable to be lost. You feel a strange stirring in your chest, like a lion waking up from a long sleep. For years you carried quiet dreams, small flickers of hope. But now, they don't feel small anymore. They feel like prophecies. Like blueprints from another realm. Michael steps forward again, wings glowing brighter than before. The old you, he says, was not built to carry this. But the version of you heaven sees, that version was born for this moment. As he speaks, the ground glows softly beneath your feet. Every step you take seems to light up with golden flames, tracing a path forward into the unknown. Every path won't be visible, Michael continues. But every step will be guided. The blessing is not a destination. It's a key. A door. A release of heaven's timing. The air shakes, not violently, but with reverence. It's like the entire night is bowing to something higher. Michael lifts his sword again, but this time he doesn't strike the sky, he points it directly toward you. Heaven trusts you, he says slowly. Do you understand what that means? It means even before you believed in yourself, heaven already chose you. A bright surge of light rushes from the tip of his sword, swirling around you like a golden storm. The moment it touches your spirit, memories flood through, moments where you thought nothing was happening, nights where you almost gave up, days where silence felt like abandonment. But it was never silence. It was preparation. The delay wasn't denial, Michael says gently. It was the sound of heaven building something too powerful to hand out carelessly. And now, heaven has declared, it's time. The light around you solidifies, forming a shield that you can almost touch. It doesn't just glow, it breathes. It responds to your heartbeat. You have been marked, Michael whispers. Not by this world, but by eternity. When heaven marks you, no darkness can erase it. No voice can silence it. No storm can drown it. Behind him, the angels begin to move. Not in chaos, but in formation. It's like watching galaxies march. They have been assigned to your name, Michael says. This is no ordinary blessing. This is a divine shift. And every shift comes with heaven's army. The wind roars like a lion. The stars burn hotter. Michael's wings expand to their full span, wrapping the sky in light. Do you remember the nights when no one believed? He asks. When you questioned your worth? When every door closed, and every voice grew silent? He pauses, his gaze piercing. Heaven was listening. Heaven was preparing. And tonight, heaven is answering. The weight of his words presses into the air like a divine signature. You don't feel small anymore. You don't feel forgotten. You feel chosen. Michael walks toward you slowly, each step echoing like thunder. Your story, he says, is not ending here. It's unfolding. This blessing is not meant to make you comfortable. It's meant to awaken the power that's been sleeping in your bones. As he nears, he lowers his voice. Listen to me carefully. You were never ordinary. Heaven hid you for a reason. The battles you faced were never punishments, they were evidence of the weight of what you carry. Tonight, that weight shifts from burden to authority. Golden feathers begin to rain from the sky. When they touch the ground, they don't disappear, they burn softly like embers that refuse to die. Every feather, Michael explains, is an angelic vow. A promise to protect what has been placed in your hands. You are not walking alone anymore. He lifts his sword again. This time, when it touches the air, the stars respond immediately, aligning, glowing, creating a pattern like a crown above your head. This crown, he says softly, is not a symbol of pride. It's a reminder. You were chosen not to be hidden forever, but to rise. The pulse in the air grows louder. The shield around you thickens, glowing brighter, stronger, almost alive. Many will not understand what is happening to you, Michael warns. And they don't have to. This isn't man's decision. This is heaven's decree. Then he takes a deep breath, his voice turning from gentle to thunderous. Do not shrink back from this. Do not doubt what has been declared. This is the moment heaven trusted you with what others only prayed for. The entire horizon lights up like morning arriving too soon. This blessing, Michael says, is the sign that the waiting is over. But it's also the trumpet that calls you to walk forward in faith. You can feel it now, something massive, unstoppable, bigger than your fears, bigger than your dreams, wrapping itself around you. The sound of angel wings fills the air. Michael stands tall, a guardian of promises, a messenger of destiny. From this hour forward, he declares, what was against you will bow before what is upon you. What tried to delay you will serve as proof that heaven's hand is real. And what was closed will burst open at the sound of your name. The stars roar silently. The air bends. And your spirit stands taller than it ever has. Michael lowers his sword and looks into your eyes, not with command, but with recognition. You've carried pain, he whispers. Now you will carry power. The river of light behind him flares again, calling him back. But before he steps away, he speaks once more. The door of blessing has not just opened. It has been locked from the inside, by heaven. No one can shut it. Walk through it. And just like that, the storm settles, but the power doesn't fade. It lingers, woven into your atmosphere, breathing with your heartbeat. But it's not silence anymore. It's a throne room without walls. Heaven is no longer just watching, it's standing in the room with you. The wind has turned into a choir, the air hums like the strings of a celestial harp. Something irreversible has been set in motion. And then, like thunder wrapped in light, Michael returns. This time, he doesn't step through the veil. He tears through it. His wings stretch wider than the horizon, his eyes burn with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. The moment has come, he declares, and his voice shakes the very fabric of the night. This is not just a blessing, he says slowly, this is a divine announcement. The heavens have recorded your name in the book of release. The gates of lack have been broken. The chains of delay have been shattered. The darkness that whispered lies into your ears has been silenced. The stars above rearrange into a spiral, like a seal being stamped onto the night. It glows brighter with each word he speaks. Tonight, heaven is no longer just speaking to you, Michael continues, heaven is speaking through you. Your life has become a trumpet. Every step you take from this moment will echo in places your name has not yet been spoken. The ground under your feet isn't just glowing anymore. It's alive. It moves with your heartbeat, as though creation itself has decided to follow your rhythm. Do you feel it? Michael asks. This is not emotion. This is alignment. You are walking beneath a decree written before time. He lowers his sword, then drives the tip of it gently into the earth. A shockwave of golden light bursts outward, swallowing the shadows at the edge of the horizon. This is heaven's signature, he whispers. This is the part no enemy can touch. What has been sealed now belongs to eternity. Behind him, thousands of angelic figures stand in rows. Their armor glows like molten stars, their eyes fixed on you. They are not here to watch. They are here to guard. This army, Michael says, is not a symbol. They have been released to stand at the doors of your future. No gate will close without heaven's permission. No curse will breathe where heaven has spoken. You can hear the sound of trumpets again, this time louder, fuller, unstoppable. Michael lifts his wings slightly, and every angel raises their sword to the sky. This, he says, is the moment where your ordinary name becomes a heavenly sound. You are not who you were when this night began. He steps closer, his voice now soft, almost like a father whispering to a child. You thought heaven forgot your tears. But heaven counted each one. You thought your prayers were buried. But they became seeds. And tonight, the harvest stands before you. Golden light begins to fall like rain, warm, gentle, alive. It doesn't just land on your skin, it soaks into your soul. Memories flash, moments of loss, of loneliness, of being misunderstood. But each one begins to change, like pain turning into gold. Michael touches the edge of his sword to your shoulder, and a warmth spreads through your entire body. The old season, he says, has died. You are standing in the hour of your rising. Every angel behind him lets out a sound, not like shouting, not like singing, but something in between. A heavenly roar. The stars shake again. What belonged to you but never reached you, Michael declares, is now being accelerated. What was delayed has no choice but to arrive. What was meant for harm is now rewritten for good. The veil between the natural and the divine thins until you can almost see what's coming. Streams of light rush toward you, blessings wearing the shape of answered prayers, divine opportunities, favor, protection. This, Michael says, is the delivery hour. And heaven never arrives late. He raises his sword again, but this time, he doesn't point at the sky. He points at your heart. Guard what has been given to you, he says firmly. Because it is precious. Because it is powerful. Because it carries the breath of heaven itself. Every step you take from here will either protect or waste this gift. But heaven has already decided to trust you. The angels bow their heads in unison. The ground exhales a soft wave of golden dust that wraps around your feet like a crown being placed from the bottom up. The throne room, Michael says softly, is not in some far place anymore. It is with you now. Everywhere you go, heaven follows. The wind picks up again, but this time it doesn't feel wild. It feels royal. It moves as if kneeling to your calling. Michael steps back slowly, but his voice doesn't fade, it grows. This night will not be remembered as a whisper. It will be remembered as the night heaven shifted the weight of your story. When the page turned. When the light broke through. The stars flare one final time, brighter than ever before. Every locked door will know your name, Michael declares. Every shadow will fear your light. Because this is not just blessing, it's divine inheritance. Carved. Sealed. Delivered. The wind begins to still. The stars settle. But the power doesn't go. It wraps itself around you like a crown of fire that doesn't burn but commands. Michael lifts his sword to the heavens one last time. Heaven does not speak and take it back, he says. Heaven has spoken. Heaven has sealed. heaven has sent. Walk forward as one who carries the signature of the Most High. The river of light behind him opens wider, a gateway leading to realms unseen. Michael turns to step through it but looks back once more. His final words aren't loud, but they carry more power than thunder. Heaven has not blessed you to stay still, he says. It has blessed you to reign. And then, like fire folding into light, he vanishes. But the blessing doesn't. It stays. It breathes. It lives. The stars above whisper. The wind bows. The earth remembers. And deep inside, your soul knows, nothing will ever be the same again. This was not a random night. This was a divine appointment. This was heaven, delivering your name.